Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who, and it's the third and fourth Doctors I've been reviewing, and today's story is Inferno from 1970. Yes, this is a third Doctor story from the 7th season. It's the fourth and final story. It's 7 parts. Yes, 7 episodes. Yes, it's the very last 7 episode Doctor Who story we've ever had. Of course, we've had longer stories before as we go back into the 60s, but this is the last 7-part one. It was preceded by The Ambassadors of Death, 1970, and the next story will be from the 8th season, and it will be, yes, Terror of the Autons, 1971, yes. So, this is the climax of the 7th season, yeah. The climax of the 7th season, and it's in 7 parts, and it was transmitted between the 9th of May, right, can you imagine, right through to the 20th of June of 1970. And I remember watching this and being excited by it at the time because, oh yeah, it was fantastic. It really was. So let me just get into it then. It's written by Don Houghton. He wrote The Mind of Evil from 1971, which is an excellent story, a master one. Then we've got, now this is really, I got excited here. He was the director of Dracula AD 1972, from 1972, a Hammer classic. I love that film, absolutely love that film. He also directed The Satanic Rites of Dracula, 1973, and The Legend of the 7 Golden Vampires. Oh, yes, he directed that, and that was 1974. Wow. And what can I say? He did lots of other TV work as well, but yeah, for me, I'm just, anything with Hammer, I'm in. I'm definitely in. Now, it's produced by Barry Letts, of course. This is their first season with script editor Terrence Dicks, as always, having a great input and influence over the scripts. Now, the direction is interesting. It's directed by Douglas Camfield Down, but it also was directed by Barry Letts. Yes, Barry Letts had to direct this, and the reason was because he was ill. He was ill, I'm afraid, and he went to the hospital, and he had to make a decision, did Barry Letts, what to do. So he directed all the episodes from 3 to 7. He had a lot of the notes, I think, for episodes 3 and 4, but then the others he had to do himself. And Douglas Camfield was such a great director for Doctor Who. He did Planet of the Giants, 1964. He did The Crusade, 1965. The Time Meddler, oh yeah, The Time Meddler, 1965. He did, now, The Daleks Master Plan, 1965 to 1966, which is the 12-part classic which a lot of it is missing, unfortunately. The Web of Fear, a great Patrick Troughton story, directed that. The Invasion of Time, oh yes. Sorry, The Invasion, not Invasion of Time, The Invasion, another Patrick Troughton story from 1968 with the Cybermen, and oh wow, that is great. And then, the Fourth Doctor stories, yes, he went on to direct Terror of the Zygons, which is a brilliant story, isn't it? 1975. And The Seeds of Doom, 1976. So it was good that he did return to Doctor Who. Fantastic. So let's get into the cast. Well, John Pertwee is here, of course, as the third Doctor. And Caroline John plays Liz Shaw. But she also plays the section leader, because there's two roles. The actors love doing this, having a bit of fun playing two roles. Then you've got Nicholas Courtney playing the Brigadier, but he's also the brigade leader with an eye patch on. And he's sort of modelled on a kind of Mussolini kind of figure. That's what he says, anyhow. Then we have John Levine, Sergeant Benton, but he plays platoon underleader. So there we are. He's there marching around, but he's a different version of himself. And then that is the sort of main cast. And they say they're having a lot of fun playing other versions of himself. Then we have Olaf Pooley playing Professor Stallman, and he also plays Director Stallman. So he's again two versions of himself. An absolute stack of TV work, really a massive stack of TV work. But I just picked out, I found it was interesting. He was in a Star Trek Voyager episode, season 6, episode 12, called Blink of an Eye. Wow, fantastic Star Trek connection. Then we've got Christopher Benjamin playing Sir Keith Gold. Yes, he was, of course, known, well, he was going to be known as playing Jago in The Talons of Weng-Chan. That was from 1977, which is a fantastic story. He went on and did these Big Finish productions of the character from that story. Yeah, fantastic. Then we've got an appearance in, yes, the 10th Doctor. Wow. With Donna in The Unicorn and the Wasp. And that, I think that's the Agatha Christie one, isn't it? That's from 2008. Again, he's got just such a lot of TV work. But it's nice that he got into Doctor Who from 2005, you know, with the 10th Doctor. That's fantastic. So then we've got Sheila Dunn playing Petra Williams, and also, again, playing Dr. Petra Williams. She was the wife of Douglas Camfield, and he had cast her in previous Doctor Who stories. The Dalek Master Plan, 1965, and The Invasion, 1968. And actually, I think she's quite good in this. Yeah, she's good. It adds a different, nice touch to the story. Then we've got Derek Newark. He plays the sort of drill expert that is come in for drilling. And again, he's in both particular star. Yeah, another version of himself. Yes, but he's really good in this. And he incidentally was in Doctor Who episodes 2 to 4 of The Unearthly Child. We call it that, but of course it was the caveman story, if you want to call it that, which is not really that well thought of. But anyhow, he was in, so he's in the beginning. Yeah, right at the beginning. And films was interesting. He was in Fragment of Fear from 1970, which is a British thriller, which it's quite interesting. It's got David Hemmings in it, and it's really good. And then this other film, which is very well thought of, The Offence from 1973, starring Sean Connery. Yes, it's a crime neo-noir film. That's what they describe it as, this neo-noir. Yes. So that's the cast. And let's see. There's quite a lot of stunt work done in this, which is very important. And we've got Derek Ware and Roy Scammell playing characters, or like soldiers in this, and then doing the stunt work. Fantastic. Actually, I think Roy Scammell plays one of the technicians in it. Yeah, it's excellent, and that action sequence is really good for the story. We got location at Kings North Industrial Estate. That's in Kent. And there is no music as well that were commissioned. So they used existing BBC library recordings, which is put in. Anyhow, what is the story about? The Third Doctor and unit are called in to investigate a murder at Project Inferno, which is drilling through the Earth's crust. Okay, as you do, because they want to harness energy. Yes, they're thinking ahead. Yes, even back in those days, yes. We've got here a green kind of story already about finding energy. But of course, what happens is that this slimy stuff, this green slime, we've had that before, haven't we, green slime? If you remember in the Green Death. But this green slime creates these sort of savage humanoid creatures called primords, or primords, not primates, primords. And while this is going on, the Doctor is transported sideways in time to a parallel world where we've got all these characters who just happen, as you might expect, to be drilling and doing a similar kind of project. And this is how the story develops about he's got to try and stop all this going on. Or if he can stop it, that's the question. Can he do it? Yeah. And this is all for 7 parts. Yeah. And it worked well. This story is considered really one of the best of the Third Doctor stories, and even it's looked upon quite highly in terms of the whole history of Doctor Who. When you imagine 7 parts is a lot, and the ingenious side was bringing this parallel world into it to get, because they thought, well, it's going to be quite difficult, the 7 story. 7 episodes is quite a lot to do, and the original script didn't have that, so they had to bring that in, and it worked well. Terrence Dix, I think, was very influential in that, but it works fantastic. This is a great story. It looks good. There were issues, particularly in quality on its releases. We've had VHS copy in 1994, then the DVD was in 2006, and it was re-released in 2013, and they did some colorization that There was a deleted scene as well, which wasn't included because the recording sounded too much like John Pertwee, and it was John Pertwee trying to do an impersonation, but it was really good. This story worked so well. It's enjoyable. It just passed by so quickly. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I can't wait for a Blu-ray, release of this 7th season release in the Doctor Who collection. Won't it be fantastic? It will. And here it is, the one. There has been another edition, a special edition, but I've got this one, the original one. Documentary extras, fantastic on here. There's the back, and it's got 2 discs. The extras on this second disc, and we've got the usual leaflet, gives you more information. It's a lovely edition, but yeah, I can't wait for it to get on the Doctor Who collection. And that's it. I'm done. Yes, I'm finished. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll let you know when I produce all these videos. And have a look at what I do on my playlists and do all sorts on this channel. Yes. And then, if you like it, please give it a like. It gets it out onto YouTube, and hopefully other people might enjoy it, or perhaps they won't. I don't know, but that'd be great if you did. If you got comments, please put your comments. I love to read your comments. I really do. And it all costs no. You can't say it fairer than that. So, all I gotta say is, I'll see thee again.